you, says Rifla, as he takes him down. 5 eliminations. Rifla versus dual media snipe on the low ground. RPG gets shockwave launcher as well. He's got too many things to reload. Will it be enough? Will he be able to do a dual media snipe in a bad spot, though? Does he have floppers? Does he have anything to make it work? Does he have any build? Shots go through. Does that build dropping down? Shockwave's not going to be a factor here. He's going to be used. Rifle concerned on only using that. And I think a lot of builds remaining here for him. This is the game. Snipe is running out. RPG going down. That should be the shot, and it is. He gets the tag, drops down, comes through, and shotgun for the victory royale.
And brilliant decision from Rifle, opting to use the actual, because the zone pulled back over old builds. He needed to destroy them. If you're covered, you're not going to be able to get through. So rather than wasting the rocket ammo, uses the destructive potential, secures the victory royale, and he says to his org mates, it's not about you right now, it's about me. All sees this opportunity. 3 games down, 3 games left. Zeke, Bala, Shio, please let us know what's going on, because this is so tense at the top. This is absurd.
It is absolutely tense at the top. I mean, EU is firing on all cylinders today, and it is an all-out battle at the top. We have to take a look at the standings. Now, we know coming into this game, Anas was holding that number 1 spot. But the question becomes, how many points has he racked up in that last game? And does he still hold that number 1 spot?
I think it's going to be a dead heat at the top. It's neck and neck for so many different people, because we've seen this kind of bounce all around. Everybody wants to be involved in this race.
And Deceptos is the one who's all the way in the lead in first place, 32 points, 9 eliminations, and he's playing so well that he doesn't even need a victory royale.
No, he doesn't. Not at all. Flois is up there. He kind of had that first moment, that game 1 win, and Nas will clap back. And then Rifla, it's kind of in order there, but all the players who won the games are literally tied up at 30 points. It's all about elims. There's even a further tie for Anas and Rifla.
Yeah, things are going so fast, even past that, from 6th to 10th. Rezon is still holding on to his spot. Froggy, who is now in 9th, but Thomas HD, Letwick, these legend status names are just doing everything they can. It is not enough to keep up with the top 5.
And Rifla is showing he belongs in that top 10, right? Coming off his first game, an 11th place with his 2 eliminations. Second game, 73rd place, and now the victory out with 6 eliminations. These are the swings we need to see if people want that number 1 spot.
And there are swings happening. There might not all be seen, because you can see it. Vidil in 19th place, he just had a very significant game. Look at the elims for him. He's actually tied up with those players up at the top of the leaderboards in terms of elims. He just needs to convert on some of these other games to make it really count.
Yeah, everyone past the top 10 are still hungry, and if they can't make these end games, just look at the elims for everyone. Carrot, Squeeze, AR, Baffo, they're past 5. They're fighting in that mid game, in the early game, doing whatever they can to get points and stay relevant after game 3 in this competition.
Guys, we are off to the races. We are halfway through this sprint, and we can see the finish line there. The question is, who will cross first?
The blocks are off. The starting blocks are completely off. These guys are off to the races, like you said. And we're kind of trying to see who's going to catch up when we get to the finish line. We're basically halfway there. And at this point, just trying to extend the lead until we get towards those final games and start dashing towards the win.
You got to pace yourself, though, right? We've seen it in end games. We've seen it on the leaderboards. These guys who are coming up on top to start with are now not being able to hold on to the first place slot. And it's about first place, Zeke.
Man, there's only one Axe of Champions to go around. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, as you mentioned, Ball, that we did miss out of this last game. You got to break it down for us, man.
That we do. There are so many things for these guys doing. It's kind of a freestyle on some attempts. Snipe for him. Long range, charge, shotgun shots on players like Bad Sniper, who started the day off so strong, but Snipe
I want to go to the big screen.
to rise. And there's another one. He's just looking through these small peek boxes, just the space in the end game to build up the box and get more of these. Every time you look out, there's so many people fighting to try to stay alive.
Yeah, you mentioned Deal, who was very much alive in that last game, getting a record amount of 5 eliminations so far in his run in these grand finals. After that, still looking for more for everyone who was in this foot race. It was intense. They wanted to have a leg in the competition.
And we said it. Things that were missed. 7 Tor goes off on a spree, back-to-back elims, and he does it so well. There are so many people here in his lane, but for most of them, it's a false start in this endgame.
Yeah, he was sticking beside that Storm so much, looking for shots from box to box, had the AR to clear out walls. After that, got into boxes himself. If he couldn't get things from range, he was right up in your face and got elims on players like Mr. Savage. Moved past that, though, and still played a phenomenal game, ending somewhere near top 15.
But there's no signs of anybody lapping anyone else, except for maybe the Become Legends guys. There's so many of these names starting to push up towards the top, and look at that back-to-back. 2 players looking to lobby focus on the same person, and it works out for one, but then the player who he actually had taken a little bit from ends up getting put down. That was sneaky too.
Yeah, it was a rough run for Rifle here. Just look at all the things he had to overcome. Box to box while getting third party, still got the elimination down, got to hold down the wall, and the coolest RPG shot after this awesome elimination on the Thomas HD I've ever seen. Clay was saying it was hard to actually get to this reloads down, get these power weapons situated, but he shoots an RPG, catches himself with a waterfall, and then connects with a drop down charge pump. What a play.
What a shot at the end. That is ridiculous. We've seen that a number of times from the Caddy launcher players. Kit Shockwave launcher so good, but in that case, he doesn't opt to use it at all, just relies on his pure instincts.
Dude, that's all it takes sometimes. Sundown likes to say it best. Some days you just have to make sure you can hit your shots better than someone else. And for Rifle, that's what we're seeing. He's like, hey, big time to make the moves. It's happening now. Now, guys, as the competition does heat up, we need to cool down. We have 3 games left before we make an FNCS champion. But with that being said, we're going to step away. When we return, we'll have the conclusion from Europe. See you guys in 5.
FNCS.
Hard to get my beauty sleep when people keep dropping junk on my head. Barracuda! I said... How long? Yes. Thank you for playing. Strokes up.
Damn, move!
Not be doing your play!
Oh, dang.
Hey! Squidward! You're back from your amazing success! Is that a cotton molly blend? Fancy. Oh, and just look at your stylish view. Is that a copy of your play? Oh my goodness! Are you gonna put on your amazing play at our little old Krusty Krab? Oh, you are a patron of the arts, Squidward.
Well, I suppose that could work. If people see my play, they'll recognize my genius. And I'll become famous. Whoa, 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 whoa. The customers come here for greasy food and high prices, not for singing and dance. But my play doesn't have singing and...
Mr. Krabs, people eat to eat, right?
Of course.
And they would pay to watch a play, right? Well, if they eat and watch a play, you can charge twice as much.
Really? About 4 times as much.
Well, I don't see why not.
Okay, but only if I get this. Oh, keep working. Just one crappy. Now.
Now, what do we call this? Aaron watching theater.
Dinner, theater.
a title that sounds funny. Got it! We'll call it Sing.
There's no singing in my...
I love it!
Wow! Look at all these assignment actors wanting to take part in my genius. Oh, and all of them willing to do work for no pay. That's all the fun. Cold anytime with slivered tentacles. Hello? Can I order? Hello? It's time. Places, people, places! Please take your seats. Keep the house lights. Oh! Bring up the stage lights. Raise the curtain. Unto this world, an octopus was born. Apple apart. Shut you down. Fine. Harvey. Eating. Hey. And the class. His talent was wasted. Can I get a refill? Now you can. Who will fill the empty prison? Oh. Oh. Is there any path to the meaning for our hero? Gotcha. That's terrible. Let me help you with that. Whatever you want. Now, don't forget to charge him again. Then there's my skin flint trunks. Squidward. Oh, well, that's okay then. Get him a Krabby Patty. One Krabby Patty with